in Worcester.
Here we go on a Wednesday then. We've made it through the week. Well, I'll say more than halfway through the week, but actually it's one of those 4-day weeks today. So we are galloping ahead. Woohoo! George Michael is first up. Then we're going to Horse World in Bristol, which is just putting a massive smile on my face. And it's not actually in Bristol. It's sort of this side of Bristol. They get visitors from all over the country. Anyway, the reason we're going there tonight is because they had their own coronation on Saturday when Charlie became King Charles. And do you know what? Rescuing horses and making lives better for our four-legged friends is not the only thing they do. It turns out there's so much more to life at Horse World. We'll find out all about it when we chat to Amy from the charity in the next 20 minutes.
Kate Justice.
After 7, I have a live guest in the studio, someone who was at the coronation Great way to start the show tonight, I think you'll agree. We've got a bit of Zara Larsson on the way and the new one from Sam Fender. We've got a bit of Eurovision chat to come on the show. We're having a look ahead to what's going on at number 8 in Pershaw this Friday night. So lots of entertainment ideas. So if you don't want to, watch Eurovision and you're not going, then you could find yourself in Pershaw for an evening of bird songs, if you like. So a year of bird song and bird songs is the title of the gig. Now, we talked about this on Sunday because guess what Sunday was? It was apparently Dawn Chorus Day. Now, I'm guessing Dawn Chorus Day lands like nicely snuggled, nestled in the middle of spring. But I forgot it was spring. And I can be forgiven for that, yes? Looking outside at the weather. Ugh. It's been a mixed bag today. In Herefordshire, we've had a lot of rain again. A lot of rain. It was dry when I got to Worcester, but how long for? Anyway, Birdsong Day was on Sunday. Nevertheless, that says a lot, doesn't it? Excusez-moi. And this particular evening of a year of birdsong and bird songs will tell us all about it and celebrate birdsong in general, and also not just celebrate birdsong, but the music that birdsong has inspired. And it's very prolific, by the way. If you sit down and think about it, there are so many songs that have been inspired by songbirds. So we'll talk about that later on tonight, and we're off to Bristol Horse World very shortly.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Injection, fellas. How does that make you feel?
Mike.
Yes.
The love I have right next to me is here and always will be. I'm caressing your body emotionally, as you can feel and will see. Why can't we go all the way to the top, the fullest extreme? The sound I hear when you're with me express the way that you feel, girl. In a passionate sense, we're moving close. The love that we share is the same. I can tell when I reach down deep inside. Yeah, show it when you call out my name. truth is all I feel inside. Although I try to hold in my love, it's something that I just can't hide.
Infatuation, lust, and a lot of love. Sweet caresses, yes, it's good to me as you and clench my back. Ecstasy fills the air as you kiss on my neck and stroke the back of my hair. To hold you tonight, I feel this is my duty. To grasp, to hold, to rock that booty.
Give it to me, baby. As you lay here with me, yeah. I want you and I need you. Hold on to me, yeah. Right now, baby. Don't go away. Please, baby, stay with me. Oh, I can do it to you with it.
That's the end of round one. We'll be back with round two right after these messages.
Tomorrow on Sunrise, does your milk taste like the real thing?
Some surprising revelations, Sunrise Tuesday.
Dream on, dream away. I think I'm gonna have to stay forever. I adore mi amor. I adore mi amor.
no solo hoy, sino siempre. Tu estrella brilla siempre en mí. Y este sueño contigo será realidad. Te quiero mucho, baby. Te quiero mucho, mi amor.
I love it. The new one from Sam Fender, Will We Talk? Sorry, not We Will. Will We Talk? Gorgeous little song. Now, have you ever heard of the charity Horse World? Oh, it sounds marvellous, doesn't it? Horse World. Look it up, horseworld.org.uk. You can adopt a horse. You can sponsor a horse. I mean, obviously, you've got to know what you're doing if you're going to adopt one. But they rescue horses from neglect and abuse. They do amazing stuff. And that's not actually all they do. They also help children as well. They're based just on the south side of Gloucestershire on the way down towards Bristol. And they get visitors from all over the country. Anyway, I wanted to chat to them at Horsewell because they had a rather exciting coronation on Saturday when Shetland Charlie became King Charles. I know. So I spoke to Amy from the charity earlier today and I said, welcome along, Amy. You must work at the best place ever.
Horse World, yeah, it does seem like that.
Horse World. Tell me a little bit about the charity and where you are and what the setup's like.
So we're based in Whitchurch on the outskirts of Bristol. We've been there since 1952. And we basically rescue, rehabilitate and rehome horses that are in need. So in the past, it began to take in rescued working horses originally back in the 50s when there was a need for that. But over the years, we've evolved into rescuing horses that have been abandoned or cruelly treated or neglected. And we nurse them back to health, train them up and hopefully find new homes for them. And those that can't will stay at the sanctuary for the rest of their lives.
Oh, gosh. Is it as wonderful to work at as I would imagine? Because I'm a real horse fan.
It is very rewarding. Obviously, there's times when they first come in, it is really heart-wrenching. But it's really rewarding to see them go through the process and go on to their new lives.
Yeah, I love the sound of that. So we're going to talk about specifically one of your tenants. Tell me about Charlie.
Oh, Charlie's an absolute superstar. So he's a little miniature Shetland. And we got a call back in 2020 to say that he was being badly neglected and his feet had overgrown and they turned right up like Aladdin's slippers and he could barely walk and he was miserable. So we took him in and we nursed him back to full health, which took quite a long time. He was in quite a lot of pain with his feet. But he is just an absolute superstar. And he's now gone on to work on our discovery courses, which is with children who are outside of mainstream schooling for one reason or another. So children who perhaps don't settle into a classroom environment and don't learn in the traditional way. And we have an alternative learning provision called equine assisted learning, where they come to Horse World and they work alongside rehabilitated rescued horses. And they do lots of outdoor activities where they learn lots of different things. So Charlie's gone on to do that now. So
equine assisted learning is a thing. So horses can be more useful than just expensive lawnmowers.
Absolutely, yeah. And the children learn all sorts of skills, but mainly sort of confidence, and they start to learn communication skills, and they learn how to interact around the horses. But those life skills then transfer to other areas of their life as well.
That's so nice to know, actually. I love that. And there was a special day for Charlie on Saturday, wasn't there? Which is a great kind of PR opportunity, I suppose.
Yeah, so it was part of the discovery course that we do. One of the they do a 6-week course, and on one of the weeks they do a module on grooming and bonding with your horse. And part of that, they put little things on to dress them up and stuff, just for a little bit of fun. And the horses are used to it and love the attention. And for the coronation, Charlie wore his little coronation outfit. So it's mainly really to teach the children how to be around the horses, what the horses like and what they don't like, and when they're interacting with them and grooming them, they learn to respect their space. So if the horse moves away, they learn what that means and to respect their space. And so it's all about teaching the children how to be around the horse and what the horse enjoys and what they don't, and they build a bond with them. And a lot of these children have never really been around animals before. So building that bond means that they go on to love and respect animals going forwards. It's something they've not had an opportunity to do before.
So it's really like life skills they're getting here.
Yeah, and the horses really enjoy it. And it was a good opportunity with the coronation to have a little. We have sort of little themed ones, sort of Christmas and Easter, and the coronation was a good opportunity to do it. And obviously Charlie had the perfect name to be King Charlie, didn't he?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. So you've got your own King Charles now, because presumably he was coronated alongside the other Charlie that we watched on telly.
Well, I think he thought the day was all about him, to be honest.
So he's a little chestnut, is he? Because I think I saw a picture.
Yeah, so he's really tiny, but despite everything he's been through, he just loves human attention, absolutely thrives on attention. So he loves the children and he's really gentle with them. So he was more than happy to just be centre of attention for the day. It was all about Charlie Day on Saturday.
I love that. I love it. So how many horses have you got there, Amy?
So usually we've got over 100 on site at any one time. I think it's about 112 at the moment. We're usually slightly over capacity, simply because the demand is always there. So we've also got horses out on what we call loan homes in and around the southwest. So they get rehomed with families who then treat them as if it were their own horse. But we're on hand for any help or advice, or if they can't stay there, they come back to us. So we hope that they'll stay in those homes for life, but obviously people's circumstances change, so we're there if they do.
Oh my word, what a job, what a job. So what can we do? I mean, I know you have open days, don't you, for people?
Yeah, we do. We've got an open day on the 15th of July, which can be found on the Horse World website. We've got an events page. But also Charlie is on our sponsorship scheme, where you can sponsor a horse and get a little cuddly toy and a certificate and things like that. And that's a really great way of supporting the charity in a really fun way as well. So that we've got, if you have a look on the Horse World website, you can sponsor a horse on there as well.
Right. I'm looking at it now. In fact, I'm looking specifically at Charlie. horseworld.org.uk/sponsor. I defy anyone not to sponsor him when they see that face. In fact, if you're really skint, don't look at it, because you'll want to.
He's very, very cute. He's very cute.
He's just gorgeous. Well, this is fantastic. I love the holistic approach that you're, educational and I guess helping child's development as well for children who might not get exposed to that sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of the children that come to us come very withdrawn and unable to communicate, and the horses really bring that out of them because they're concentrating on something other than themselves, and they're not being forced to sit still in a classroom. They're outdoors and they're doing things. It really brings them out of their shell, and it teaches them vital life skills that they can go on to use not just with animals but with other people as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, animals do really give you a sort of grounding, especially horses. They're quite sensitive, aren't they?
They are. And the unique thing about the discovery courses as well, because we're working with rescued horses, if any of the children have been through trauma in their own life, they can identify with the horse. This horse has gone through that and come out the other side, and I can too. So it can help them in that way as well.
Wonderful. Well, Amy, thank you so much for telling us about King Charles, as he will now forever be known to us. But if we do want to look him up, he's Charlie on your website, available for sponsorship, and your details of all your open days and how we can help and the shop and everything is all on there. It's horseworld.org.uk. Enjoy your fabulous job, and we'll speak next time. Such a belting voice. I saw it in a movie with Adam Sandler not that long ago. Ever so good. Loved it. Anyway, not ever so good is the weather. I've been saying that for weeks now. When is spring going to finally arrive? Anyway, we'll have a little look at the forecast over the next few days. I think it is going to improve at the weekend. So for the rest of today, And into tonight, we can expect the odd shower and largely cloudy skies, but it will turn drier as the night progresses, with clear spells widely developing, temperatures between 5 and 8 Celsius. Tomorrow morning, we'll start with plenty of sunshine. However, patchy cloud and scattered showers will quickly start to develop, and these will linger until the evening hours. So another wet day tomorrow, highs of 16 Celsius. Friday morning is expected to be mostly cloudy and dry, but spells of sunshine will develop through the afternoon. Saturday will be a largely dry day with plenty of sunny spells once early low cloud dissipates for most. The odd shower in the afternoon potentially. Sunday looks to see cloud build in from the west in the morning, with rain arriving toward the overnight period. All right, so Saturday, pretty nice, but again, it's just a one-off.
The sound of Herefordshire and Worcestershire.
Together, we can make a difference. BBC. Hereford and Worcester.
Have the latest science news today. A baby has been born using 3 people's DNA for the first time here in the UK. Ooh, quite remarkable stuff. It's actually in a disease-preventing measure, this technology. We're going to have a little look at it in more detail before 7. It's BBC Hereford and Worcester. You at BBC Hereford and Worcester. So we don't get big science stories very often on this show, but this one is just fascinating and it's potentially good news. Okay, listen, I'll explain, but follow on what I'm saying and it will kind of make sense, I hope. So a baby has been born using 3 people's DNA for the first time in the UK. This is a pioneering technique, and the aim is to prevent children inheriting mitochondrial diseases, which can be incurable and can be fatal. So, Professor Dargan Wells is an expert in genetics at the University of Oxford. I bet he's dead clever. He says it's an exciting development, but that doctors should closely monitor children born in this way.
The babies who are born will also need years of follow-up just to make sure that it's really worked. They have very low levels of mutant mitochondria that aren't causing clinical problems, and that those levels stay low throughout their life.
Most of the DNA comes from the baby's 2 parents and around 0.1% from a third donor woman. The Human Fertilisation and Embryology Authority says less than 5 babies have been born this way, and they've not been given precise numbers to prevent the families being identified. Okay, so this is a very private affair. Now, these limited details have emerged after a Freedom of Information request by The Guardian newspaper. The BBC's medical editor, Fergus Walsh, explains how the technique works.
The treatment involves a modified form of IVF using healthy mitochondrial DNA from a donor egg. This means a resulting baby has a tiny amount of genetic material from a second woman, although crucially this sits outside the nucleus, which contains all the key traits passed on by parents.
Wow, so fascinating, isn't it? Sarah Norcross is director of the Progress Education Trust, a charity focused on people impacted by infertility and genetic conditions. She believes that this technique will give hope to families.